Jesus. Much better. Product placement. Hey YouTube, welcome back. It's been a long time since I've updated this with a new vlog. I've got a ton of mail in the last week, and I've managed to stay patient and not open it because I want to give you the pleasure of seeing it yourself. Today we have 4 packages that I'll be unboxing. Package from Offspring in the UK. A very heavy box from Supreme. A very special package from the Adidas specialist himself, Jay Shin. And a really big box from Clicks Kicks. Before I start the unboxings, I'd just like to say thank you for the love and support for everyone who's viewed the videos that I've posted so far. I should have a lot more vlogs coming out here in the coming days. Plenty of packages to have plenty of content for the next week or two. And I'll keep posting them. I hope once I reach some subscriber milestones, I can give back and share with some of you. I've been ordering a lot of things from Supreme this season, so I've got tons of box logo stickers to give away and things like that. So retweet, tell your friends, subscribe, make fake YouTube accounts and subscribe with those, whatever you got to do. The more subscribers we add, the more and better things I'll give away. And with that being said, let's eat. Alright, let's start with the package from Jay Shin, the Adidas specialist. He posted, I think this was kind of a restock of these. I really like this design and missed out on it the first time, so I'm glad he put these up again. I think I was probably one of the last ones to order these before he took down the order page, so thank you so much for making this and shipping it to me. The package actually came incredibly fast. Like I said, I've been sitting on all this stuff for well over a week and a half now. It's kind of embarrassing that I haven't opened these things yet. So I just want to say thanks again to Jay Shin. So follow this man on Twitter at JShin130. Alright. Careful. So this is the Jay Shin collection, the Beluga tee. Goes perfectly with those Yeezy 350 V2s. Alright. Right there we see the Boost logo, and on the back the 350 print in kind of that Yeezy font. And of course the stripe a la the V2 with the AdiSpecialist logo. The shirt has a nice kind of heathered look to it. I will say though, it looks like they removed the tag from this, and in doing so they completely ripped out all the stitches, leaving a small hole in the back, which is kind of unfortunate, but maybe I can mend that up. I'll try this shirt on later after the on feed of what I unbox next. What next? Let's go ahead and hit this heavy box from Supreme next. You can probably already guess what this was, and you might be a little bit disappointed in me. I'm a little disappointed in myself. I caught this on a restock. I thought it would just be funny to have, honestly. You know, my grandmother lived through the Great Depression. For me to blow $30 on a Supreme brick. Wow. They really packaged it up, thankfully. There you can see a couple more box logo stickers. So once again, subscribe so you can win something like this. Wow. They even packaged it in a Supreme box. This Supreme box will be up on eBay, my Instagram, Twitter. Just kidding. Wow. What the hell? Are you ready for this? Are you ready for this? Oh wow, it didn't even seem to get chipped. So there it is, the Supreme brick. I don't know why I bought this. It's a total waste of money. It's the most hype beast item. I don't really have a lot of Supreme accessories, so I guess I'll just display this in my room. You know, maybe I'll use it as a reminder not to purchase frivolous material objects. But I don't think it's doing a very good job, so maybe I'll pick 3 or 4 more up and maybe that'll help. Ugh. Dirty. No disrespect to Jason's shirt or Supreme's brick, but I'm more excited for the next 2 packages. As I mentioned earlier, this first package comes from Offspring in the UK, and you might have already guessed what it is. Offspring did a collaboration with Adidas that released a couple weeks ago or so. That is the NMD R1. I was lucky enough to get these. I was actually on a work trip at the time, and I was in a section of the country that only had 3G service. I felt like I was back in 2009 or something like that. My hotel Wi-Fi was incredibly poor, but I was still able, through multiple mouse clicks on that refresh button, to finally cop these. I thought for sure I wasn't going to get them. There's a few videos on YouTube of these already, but I don't think any really go into very good detail showing them off. So I hope to do that for you. So a very nice kind of tan, cream colored NMD. They are a mesh NMD, they're not prime knit, so that'll disappoint a lot of you. But they do have these nice leather accents. I'm not sure if that's real leather or not. I don't think that's real leather. And then kind of these nice kind of nubuck panels here. On a normal NMD, which I'll grab one here in a minute to show you, the 3 stripes would just be like a bonded fused layer, and then in between the stripes it would still be mesh. On these, it's just kind of all this nubuck material, and that actually flows all the way through over the lace section to the other side. These don't have insoles, however they do have kind of a printed pattern there on the normal NMD felt honeycomb, whatever the hell you call that, I don't know. So these are really cool. I don't own any tan boosts such as the Cream Ultra Boost. Footnote, if you have a pair of DS 11.5 Cream Ultra Boosts, get at your boy. I thought these would be a nice add to my collection. I know a lot of people don't like the mesh NMDs, but you know, what are you gonna do? I still really like these. They do have a little bit different material, so this is probably going to be a little bit difficult for me to show on camera, but let's try it anyway. So here you'll see I have 2 NMD R1s, the Offspring collaboration I've been showing you, as well as the white and black version. First off, as you'll notice, the 3 stripes on these, it's kind of bonded on there, mesh in between. All out throughout this upper, it's that little more coarse mesh with the finer mesh on the heel. Of course, rubber on the Adidas logo on the back. And then the interior of the shoe is, you can see this, it's just kind of all this coarse mesh material with some heel padding. And then up front, in the toe and forefoot area, it's the finer mesh in there. So this is a little bit different, as I mentioned, kind of this suede nubuck feeling material all throughout the lace area, all throughout the sides. It's perforated for breathability, of course. Coarser mesh on the toe area, the same mesh on the back area, the same sort of fine mesh that the white and blacks had on the forefoot and lace area here. But if you can see the back, it's a different type of mesh. It almost has kind of, it's not really a mesh, it has kind of this quilted appearance, kind of like some quilted diamonds stitched in there. It looks like the upholstery on your G-Class Mercedes or something like that. Pretty cool. I like that little detail. I've seen that on a lot of shoes from Nike, like a lot of Nike basketball shoes as well. It's kind of a nice touch, gives a little nicer appearance. Then of course you've got the multicolored blocks, the kind of light cream and the darker tan. Darker tan matching the back here, which as I mentioned is done in this leather-like material with the navy blue Adidas logo. And then again this kind of suede nubuck material for the heel pull. Only one pair of laces with this. They are the rope laces in the light cream tan colorway. Overall, just a very cool shoe, very subtle. You know, you're not wearing this to go stunt. This is just something very casual, and I really like the appearance. I'm glad I got them. I'm trying to limit the amount of mesh NMDs that I purchase, but I'm glad I picked up these. All right, final package. As I'd said, this package comes from Clicks Kicks. And these are the white Mountaineering Adidas collaboration city sock. I actually got these probably 2 weeks ago, so well before the Adidas.com release. Big shout outs to Clicks Kicks for hooking these up. I think they were $220, so pretty much right at retail. I actually got 2 pairs because I was very concerned about the fit. Clicks Kicks, you hooked me up again. You've hooked me up with the Mint Ultra Boosts as well as these. So much love. You know, I'm from Nebraska. You guys are in Wisconsin. You just beat us in football last weekend. But I think this makes up for it, honestly. So let's go ahead and open this. Really excited to get in these and try them on. I do have a few other city socks as well, so I will show you how these fit in comparison to the winter wool and the gray and white CS1s. I got these in both an 11 and 11.5, and I believe I have an 11.5 in the winter wools and an 11 in the other city socks, so you should get a good idea of the fit. And there you see the box, the white Mountaineering NMD City Sock. These are the size 11s. I have a size 11.5 as well. So let's go ahead and pull them out, take a look at them, try them on, and I'll do some on-feet videos for you as well. I've seen a lot of photos and videos of these, and I'm really impressed with them, so I'm really happy to have them here in hand. The material on this, it's still prime knit, but it's different than any other prime knit. The big thing people mention is this lining, and it does feel like neoprene or something like that that should be waterproof. I will be wearing these outside quite a bit, probably in some pretty bad weather conditions given that I live in the Midwest. So I'll let you know how these hold up and respond to water. But these look really, really cool. Let's go ahead and grab the winter wool city sock because I think that is probably the most comparable in appearance to this, and take a closer look. Can you tell the difference? Of course you can. But even if you didn't look at these, you could just feel the difference. Of course this is the wool material. This prime knit, you'll just see how much more flexible it is. Really quite loose. This, so much thicker, holds its shape so much better. Let me go ahead and, it's a little bit deceptive when I have that in there, but you'll see just how much thicker and less responsive it is. That's really all the way down to the toe, all the way down in here. It's just full neoprene lining. Whereas this doesn't have any, you can see how I smashed it there. Doesn't have any lining whatsoever. So this literally feels like a sock, like you're wearing a second pair of socks. And this is probably going to feel substantially different. You'll notice the white Mountaineering Adidas branding, kind of like 3 stripes. It's bonded on there, runs on both sides, and then kind of gives you that classic white Mountaineering triangle design in the front. So really cool how they did that. The white Mountaineering branding right there, as well as here on the back of the heel. The pull tab, a little bit different, just completely solid black. And then the PK collar as well also feels possibly a little bit thicker. The PK collar doesn't have any sort of neoprene lining or anything, but it just feels maybe a little thicker. I don't know if that's just the way they have it bonded here at the edge that kind of gives that feeling or what, but pretty cool shoe. Otherwise, you'll see in appearance they look very similar to the Winterwolves. Inside the shoe as well, a few differences. In addition to the neoprene lining in there, you can probably see in there is a white Mountaineering branded insole. So a little bit different than what we would have in our standard NMD with that kind of honeycomb felt insole. And if you didn't see before, the inside of these is just that all black neoprene. Up next, I'm going to do an on feet of the white Mountaineering NMD City Sock, and I'll compare it to the winter wool and gray and white prime knit City Socks as well, so you can see how the fit differs. I'll be trying on both the 11.5 and 11 in the white Mountaineering City Sock. And for reference, the winter wool is an 11.5, whereas this gray and white is just a size 11. I can already tell you the 11.5 feels much better on my foot than the 11 does. I would probably recommend going true to size or maybe even a half size up, depending on what sort of fit you're looking for. That neoprene lining in here makes it a lot stiffer, and if it's snug on your foot, it seems a little bit uncomfortable to me. But before I do that, let me go ahead and switch from this Supreme X-Ray shirt to this shirt from Jay Shin. Big shout out to the AdiSpecialist Boost on the front and the 350 logo on the back. Let me get down here and twerk a little bit for you so you can see it. Very cool. And next, let's do the on feet. Alright, I'm going to try to give you the most sophisticated design of experiments on YouTube for assessing the fit of these white Mountaineering NMD City Socks. So as you'll see over here, I have the size 11.5 white Mountaineering City Sock. Over here I have the size 11 white Mountaineering City Sock. Similarly, on this side I have the size 11 CS1 in the white and gray. And here I have the size 11.5 winter wool CS1. So first let's go ahead and put these on so you can see the difference in fit. I much prefer the size 11.5 City Sock. Unfortunately, when I purchased these were all I could get. I do still wear them a little, I just find them a little bit tight. When I'm seated, for some reason it doesn't feel as tight, but as soon as I stand up, you can just tell this is much tighter. I do get a little bit of the dreaded toe bulge there on that PK material. As you can see, my toe is right up here near the front, whereas on the winter wool City Sock in that 11.5, it's just so much more comfortable. I don't feel my toes bulging out. The tip of my toe is, I do have a good ½ inch there from the end. It's just a solid fit. For everyone's reference, I usually wear an 11 in most NMD R1s. Sometimes go up to an 11.5. and then usually an 11.5 in the Ultra Boost. So next we'll try on the size 11.5 on this foot and the size 11 on this foot. As mentioned, I tried these on earlier and it was much the same. These shoes just feel so much tighter that I really appreciate having the 11.5 versus the size 11. Even when I'm seated, the 11 already feels quite tight, and once I stand up, wow, it just really feels almost like my circulation is being cut off. I don't know how else to describe it. The feel is just so much more rigid on that with that neoprene lining that it really just does make them feel so much tighter. It's not a bad feeling. I'm sure that after some extended wear, it probably does loosen up. But on this first wear, it's just really a bit uncomfortable. I hope to wear these around for a couple days. I'm going to try to wear them to work, do a little bit of walking, and really try to break them in. And then maybe I'll do a follow-up video and let you know what I think of them. But right now I definitely prefer the 11.5 to the size 11. I'm going to go ahead and put both size 11.5s on, then go ahead and take some 360 shots for you so you can see just how they fit on my feet. I will most likely be keeping the 11.5s and getting rid of the 11s. So if you're a subscriber to the channel or a follower on Twitter, go ahead and hit me up. And, you know, maybe I can cut you a decent deal on these. I know they were a little bit more limited than I think a lot of us thought, and a little bit more difficult to come by. After I do the 360 views of the 11.5s, I'll go ahead and end this video. I will be posting more content this week. I have all three of the 3M Ultra Boosts, so the black, the white, and the white uncaged that I picked up. Those did just arrive today, and I will be showing those, as well as some restock of the olive NMDs, those mesh R1s, and a few of the prime knits that came out as well. So look forward to showing you those here in the coming days, and let's go ahead and take a look at the 11.5s on feet. Alright everyone, that's going to conclude today's vlog. Be sure to tune in later this week and I'll show you more heat.